Hi everyone, my name is Victor and I'm a software engineer here at Spice. So I would like to share with you some recent improvements we did for DynamoDB. In 1.9.1 release, we added support for timestamp filter pushdown, which is performance improvements and especially useful for refresh mode append, which basically means that in order to find new rows based on time column, filtering will be done on DynamoDB side instead of Spice runtime downloading all the records and then finding new rows. But more interestingly, we added support for DynamoDB streams. And this feature allows Spice to accelerate DynamoDB tables while receiving real-time updates, which is really cool since instead of running periodic batch updates every X minutes, now you can have table with latency under single-digit seconds. This is exactly what I'm going to demo to you. So here's our setup. We have a pretty simple table, really important to enable the DynamoDB stream integration. And scheme of this table is pretty simple. We have an integer primary key and a string version. We also have a script which roughly adds one record per second. So here's all we need to enable streams integration. Everything is pretty typical. Here we define how do we access our data set. Here we enable acceleration. And this is the most critical line. This is how we enable, how we tell Spice to integrate with DynamoDB streams. So let's see what happens when we start this Spice, and we will run it with debug mode to see what's going on inside. So as you can see, immediately it started the bootstrapping mode where it downloads the current table. And once bootstrapping is complete, DynamoDB stream. And as you can see, we calculate log. And as we process records, once log reaches under 2 seconds, our dataset is reported as ready and we can query it. So let's see what we have inside. So as we can see, the number of records is growing and it roughly matches the last inserted ID. So now we can manually update some records. So let's consider this record. We see that it has version 1. Once we update it, almost immediately we see the updated version, and we can even delete this record. Again, almost immediately we see this record is deleted. So this is a simple setup. Now I want to show you slightly more advanced. Here it's pretty much the same, but with 2 additions. First, we added support for snapshots, and every 20 batch updates, which roughly every 20 seconds, we will upload current acceleration to S3. Here's where we define this S3 location. But also, if we start without local acceleration, Spice will check if there is a snapshot in S3. And if there is one, it will download it. So we happen to have it already in S3. Additionally, I enabled these 4 metrics, which will help us to see what's going on inside. So let's start this one advanced configuration with also debug mode and metrics enabled. Let's see what happens. So immediately it detects that there is no local acceleration in attempts to download the most recent snapshot. And as you can see, our log was really low because we started from very recent snapshot. And now as we process this snapshot, roughly every 20 seconds, we will upload a new snapshot. And also, as I mentioned, metrics, here we will see a number of transient errors. Here we will see a current log. And as we read it, we will see how log roughly 1500 milliseconds. We will also see number of consumed records and number of current shards. So yeah, that's pretty much it.